Yo, 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 mic check. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, check, mic. This is your host with the most from the West Coast, Brother Kingdom X. What's happening? And you are here on Breaking the Chains. Man, this is cool, man. This came to, premonition through, many years of demonstration and elevation, man. And through concentration, we're able to bring something to the nation. Hopefully, it's able to help, and that's what we're here to do today. It's really just general topics, touching on things that have helped, inspired, or motivated me, or actually was a great tool to pull me through. And today, we're going to be talking about, something that's very, very, very treasurable to me, something that was very eye-opening to me. And I had another topic, but I really want to talk about this. It's jumping out the page on me. And it's what we've been talking about all week as the most valuable assets, right? The most valuable assets. Now, when I say that, you probably think gold, money, right? Real estate, right? Ooh, mouth getting water just saying this stuff, right? But there's some things that are, like priceless, right? That, it's crazy because from person to person, the value of it changes so drastically. It's hard to believe that that it's such a great asset. And the asset, of course, what I'm talking about is time, right? This valuable time, that a lot of us think we have so much of, and many of us find out we have so little of. When we think about our existence, how many years you lived, how many times you've been in school, or how many times you were a child. How many years you were a child, the time that you spent to do something, master something, the time, to get over something, a relationship, just time, right? It's so instrumental and pivotal in our lives. And a lot of us don't take time to really get into it through this channel, through this expression, through this outlet, which is myself. We're going to prioritize time and talking about it and unwrapping it. And today, the focus about time is that, what I've identified is that it increases with value. And I say that because I was thinking, like, what's the difference from somebody making $15 an hour, right, for an hour, versus somebody making $50 an hour, right? It's the same hour, right? It's the same hour, but they're being compensated differently for their time, right? So who is the determining factor? Like, who determines that? Like, most people want to say it's God, right? Then you want to say it's your boss, right? I'm gonna tell you something shocking that your mama should have told you. That is you, right? The difference between the person that makes $15 an hour and the person that makes $50 an hour is that the person who makes $50 an hour has clearly stated to himself, the universe, and others around him that his time is worth $50 an hour. And he stood on that. This other person, this other guy, even though they may both go to the same church, they may both be honest and faithful to their wives, he has clearly stood to the standard of taking $15 or whatever's minimum for his time. And sad to say, but not really, because it's the truth. He never stood on business and increased his own value to increase his worth in his time. I'm just getting new into trading stock. I've been a long time investor since 2019. I've been a long time investor in myself and my mental state since 2000 and I think 7. I've been serious about it, right? So it's like I've seen millions pass through my hands and others, on the stock market in minutes. No cap. Like today alone, I think I made about 100 something, and this is low. Like, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this as like, an example. I made about $150 in less than 30 minutes, right? And, just being focused, right? And clearly having my goals set and, working at this for some time, I was able to make $150 in 30 minutes. Now, if you go hour, right? I'm beating both examples, right? Guess what? There's somebody that made about $3,000 in that same 30 minutes. There's some people that made hundreds of thousands. So what's the difference? And I'm not angry and I'm not ashamed, right? I'm not angry at folks that are making way more than me with their time or doing more with their time. And I'm not ashamed of where I'm at. And I don't have shame for folks who may not be doing as much as me. I just know clearly that I value my time. and I'm willing to put the work in to increase that value for my time. Currently I work for myself. I have a great business, good juju, good vibes. We do crystal healing. We deal with metaphysics. We deal with wellness, health products. We also do music. My music label, my brand is tied to my business. But I also have a corporation that me and my brother Red co-founded called Repair Nations, where we travel across the world. We're going back to Africa. It's going to be our 4th time back to Africa, right? And why was I saying that? I was saying that to say this. All these things that I do, it comes with time. It comes with time. I didn't just come in like, for example, some may look at this, right, and see that, it's just a rock. But folks who know what it is and have put in the work to understand its value will know that this is a crystal. And not only is it a crystal, it's a pure specimen of a crystal and has certain technological powers and also holistic properties that can benefit yourself and your equipment. So while most might walk by it that did not do the information or the research and the knowledge, they'll walk by and be like, oh, hey man, what's that? But folks who know the value of it, they'll be able to exchange the equivalent for that value based off of the information that they put in to learn on this topic. And that's almost anything, And let's go to you. Touch on your mindset. You want to increase your time. How much do you know about you? What are your strengths? All right, what are you really good at? And how much time are you putting into that over the week span? Right? And then how is that compounded? Right? And how are you growing that? Right? To where you can be confident enough to go to either your job or to start your own business or to do that hobby and turn it into a side hustle. And like, hey, I want to get started paid and compensated for this time that I put into myself. You don't have to go seek out being compensated or valued by someone else. You need to learn how to value yourself and to increase your own value so you can stand on that business and be able to clearly state my time is valuable. Time is something that none of us can ever get back. What I'm saying? But it's the most precious, fleeting thing there is. But guess what? You have the greatest gift of all, and that's the present. That's why they call it the present moment. You presently have this time, this opportunity to work with time, because you can't use time. Time is used for you. That's a whole other conversation. But you can work with time to increase your value and to make sure that the time that you have on this plane is the best dang time that you ever could imagine. You know what I'm saying? Your health, right? Another thing with time, health. Health is a big thing for me this year. I'm really committed to it. We want to see over this time, walking like I talk and living how I did it. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to look and see. But, your health can improve or get worse through time. Time is a determining factor. Some people get, my mother, God bless her soul, Cynthia Davis Peterson, who I did the song Racing to Heaven for, love you, mama, was a fighter all my life. And then, we got the call that, doctor told her she has about, 2 months to live. So she was told, like, Joe, what I'm saying? She's about 69 at that time. And she's told, you got two, she thinking she got to like 80, 90, 100. This is mom. She thought she had boo-goo time, abundant time, stunner time. Doctor said, man, you got 2 months. So think about that. Think about she birthed my sister. My sister birthed my niece. My niece birthed my younger niece. And now that niece is having a baby, and the baby shower's tomorrow. She's missing that. She missed the birth of my son. Precious time because of, time and health, not prioritizing. So when these things come up, it's compounded, right? So we need to start being proactive. If you don't plan on living that long, then you don't have to think this strong. But if you want to go on, you have to start to prioritize taking better care of yourself, okay? And that's step 2. Step 3, boundaries, right? So how do we protect time? You have to create clear boundaries for yourself and others, right? Boundary for me is, I make sure that, while I'm working, I don't answer no calls. Because I want my value to go up. You know what I'm saying? My value's at 100. I just showed you I can make 150 in 30 minutes. So my value's up. I want to keep increasing my value. So you got to set clear boundaries on that, right? when I'm at home, when I'm meditating, I got certain boundaries. My kids know if I'm in meditation, I'm off to the world. They can be calling me. The house can be on fire. Lord forbid. Not that deep, but you get where I'm coming from. Set boundaries, right? To where people clearly understand that your time is valuable. Even on the phone, like somebody calling me on some stuff. Hey man, I gotta go. I'm gonna call you later. I ain't on none of that. I love you. Much love. Peace. Boom. You gotta set boundaries. You know what I'm saying? This is another way to increase your value, increase your time. And then also, last point that we'll get out of here is clarity. Got these crystals. This is clear quartz. And if you put a laser through this clear quartz, it comes out 10 times more powerful. That's how strong these crystals are, right? This crystal is in every piece of technology, every watch. That's why I love these pieces. But this is a prime example of clarity, right? You have to be clear about who it is that you want to be. We're talking about time, right? Not what do you want to have, you know what I'm saying? Not what type of body you want to have or what type of car, girl you want to have by the end of the year. Resolution, what type of person do you want to be? Right? What type of person do you want to be in the next 6 months? Who do you want to be? Right? And be crystal clear with that. All right? From A to Z, I want to have, you know what I'm saying? This type of job I want to be in. This type of setting, this type of relationship I want to be going here, there. You got to get clear, because guess what? If you don't get clear, it's going to be very hard for you to stay on the path, to stay committed, to let your time build up over time to get you to that mark that you want to get to. So these are some clear tools. We're going to recap it before we get out of here, just to be clear. All right. The most valuable asset we've already established is time. What makes your time more valuable is you focusing and increasing your value. Okay. Remember, your mindset is a key. All right. And you got to stay focused. You got to stay locked in to be able to maximize your time. Health, once again, you either prioritizing it or it's destroying you. All right. Pick which side. Boundaries. Gotta set clear boundaries with your time to protect your time. Being crystal clear, so you know where that time is going and everything. So, this was cool. This was great. This is a great conversation. We touched on. This was the main topic I wanted to get on today. So thank you all. Whoever you heard, nobody. I'm talking to myself. Thanks all around. It's much love. I'm just happy to get this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? It's important to me. It's not of me. Please don't thank me. Thank your God. Thank the God. You know what I'm saying? And pass it on. That's how you can thank. Once again, I think I'll be seeing people say like, comment, and subscribe. Man, do what's on your heart. You know what I'm saying? I just pray that you listen. Once again, hope this helped somebody. I pray that it helped. I really would hope that it helped everybody. But if not, it's helped me. All right. So this is Kingdom X. Gotta roll. Got kids and things to do. Once again, we talked about boundaries, right? I'm out of here. Much love. See you next time on Breaking the Chains.